welcome to a nourishing yin practice. I intend for this practice to be about 45 minutes. We'll see how we go. And our focus area is the inner lines of the legs and the groin. So let's start seated. If you have a bolster, beautiful. If you don't, you can make do with some cushions or a rolled up blanket. But just find yourself in a comfortable seat, and if seated is not comfortable, then feel free to lay down. And just take any little adjustments as you settle in. Find the sweet spot. And then on the inhale, really draw a nice deep breath in. And a cleansing breath out. So you really nestle down into your seat. Let's do 2 more like that, really filling up on the inhale. Cleansing release. And one last one. Find a natural breath now. And just take your awareness to your feet. Notice any sensations and textures you can feel against your feet. Coming up through the legs, check in with your knees. How are your knees feeling? And how are you feeling through the hips, through the groin, through the glutes? Allow yourself to sit really heavily into your seat. And then from that heavy seat, feel lightness lengthening up through your spine, almost like you're being lifted up by a golden string. On the inhale, let's squeeze the shoulders up towards the ears nice and tight. And the exhale, relaxing them down the back. And another one like that, really squeezing up on the breath in. Hold the breath, squeeze the shoulders up. And exhale to release. We'll feel them melt down the back away from the ears, keeping that length through the spine, shooting out through the crown. Notice your natural breath, gentle and slow. Notice all the different sounds making their way to your ears. Noticing the furthest sound that you can hear. Coming closer, can you notice the soft sound of your breath? Feeling your tummy expand on the inhale, soften on the exhale. Maybe noticing the back body expanding with the breath in and softening with the breath out. For this next little while throughout your practice, can you set everything else aside? Anything that's playing on your mind, just letting go with each breath out. Unburdening, lightening your load for this little while. Let your breath be your only concern. I'd like you to guide your awareness to your tailbone. And on your next breath in, imagine energy tracing up the spine. On the breath out, there's a flow of energy down the spine. So inhale, we're drawing up. Exhale, softening down. Your next breath in, can you take a half breath from the tailbone into the heart? Pause for a moment with your breath, your awareness in your heart space. Continue to inhale from your heart all the way up to the crown. Take your awareness to your crown. Resting your awareness at your crown. Exhale to release. And it's like a waterfall rushing down the back body. Little pause at the bottom with the breath held down. Let's move through that twice more. Inhaling half breath into the heart. Holding in the heart space, feel your heart. Inhale all the way up to the crown. Holding at the top, awareness to your crown. Complete breath out. Awareness right down to your base. Hold the breath out. Inhaling halfway to the heart. Pausing in the heart space. Inhale all the way up to the crown. Fullness of breath, awareness to your crown. And a complete breath out. Awareness to your base. Hold the breath out for a moment. And then find your natural breath. Your next breath in, let's draw a nice big circle, stretching the arms up overhead. And exhale, drawing the hands home to heart center. Inhale, an opening of the heart, shoulders relax back. And exhale, bowing into your heart. Really welcoming yourself here. Acknowledge your efforts in taking this time to practice in whatever time and space you are in. This moment to honor you, to unwind, to calm your nervous system. Would you like to set an intention? How would you like to feel after and during this practice? I am, I feel. See that version of yourself. And release your hands down. Beautiful. Let's come into our first shape, which will be a butterfly forward fold. So if the low back is sensitive, feel free to stay on your bolster or your pillows. Bring the legs into a butterfly shape. So we can change the stretch. The closer in towards our body the feet are, the more we tend to feel it through the inner lines of the legs, and the further away they are, we tend to feel it more through the outer legs. So find the sweet spot for you. On your breath in, feel into lots of length, shoulders down the back. Really nestle into your seat. And your breath out, folding forward. So in our yin pose, we find the first point of resistance, that first place that your body wants to stop. Meet it with breath. You can always bring in some props underneath your head. So that might be bolster or props on your legs, head into your hands. Well, let's notice firstly, where are we feeling sensation in the body? What parts of the body are calling our attention? Can you imagine the breath moving into those places? Each exhale is a release, a melting down. Feel all the muscles on the face soften, the jaw relax. Your mind following your breath. So for this practice, your mind is your humble servant. Your mind, your servant. So when thoughts arise, when distractions appear, keep giving the mind the task of following the breath. You can deepen the breath to help ground you into the moment. At any point, enjoy a nice big sigh out. We're nearing the halfway mark. So we'll be in these poses from anywhere between 3 and 5 minutes. Spending time in the poses allows us to access the fascia, connective tissue surrounding the muscle, where we store so much. So it is not uncommon to have an emotional release. It's beautiful, liberating. You can feel so much lighter after. And after time in the pose, you might feel your body open up and you can meet a new edge. Your mind following your breath and coming into our last minute here. Is there any part of your body that you can relax that little bit further? You can sink that little bit deeper. Let's take 4 last breaths, 4 conscious breaths. Last 2 breaths. And really slowly starting to unwind. So you might walk the hands up the legs, keep the head nice and heavy, the chin towards the chest. Take your time to lengthen back up through the spine. Nice big shoulder roll at the top. Just find some length. Start to feel the sensations flushing through. Take another breath here. And let's come all the way down to our back. So moving any props to the side. Lengthening your legs long, easing your way down to your back for a rebound. So if it's comfortable, the legs can be long. If the low back's a little bit touchy, bending through the knees, feet a little bit wider, and the knees knocking in. Here in our rebound, we observe the sensations occurring beneath the skin. You might feel some waves of heat or coolness, flushing, tingling, the fresh blood and energy now moving through the cells. In our Yin practice, we are applying therapeutic stress. And this is the sweet spot coming out of the poses and feeling the body recalibrate. Let's take 5 more breaths here, just enjoying the sensation. Enjoy stillness for a couple more breaths, or if you would like some movement, doing so now. Little wiggle through the fingers and the toes, bending up through one knee at a time. Give the knees a little cuddle into the chest, little massage for the low back. And if you're called on a breath out, perhaps drawing the chin towards the chest, head towards the knees, breathing space into the back of the neck, relaxing the shoulders and the jaw, and relaxing the head down. And let's ease our way back up to a seat, rolling to one side, taking your time. Feel what you can notice beneath your palm. So the temperature, the texture, slowly pressing up. Coming into our next seated pose, let's stretch the right leg straight out in front. With the left knee, bend it out to the side so the sole of the left foot will be on the inner right thigh. Feel free to either sit on something here, especially to support the low back, or send the flesh back. We're going to be folding down this right leg. So if the hamstring is really tight, you can slide something underneath that right knee. Even a little hand towel can be quite supportive. If it feels okay, let's lengthen up on the breath in. And the breath out, start to fold down. So you can let everything hang heavy, that's one option. You can bring support in to either rest your arms onto, so maybe elbows into support, head into your hands, or your head can come straight onto a prop. Take those little adjustments as you settle in, maybe a little wiggling side to side. Meeting the breath. Encouraging a heaviness through the body. What are you noticing here? Which parts of your body are really calling your attention? Can you imagine lovingly breathing into that space? Exhale, moving into that space. Checking in with the usual areas that you hold tightness. So the jaw, the shoulders, pelvic floor, any other areas that you might hold tightness or tension, checking in with them now, softening. And letting go a little further with each breath out. Closing down the eyes if you're comfortable. Meeting the breath. Expansion on the inhale. The softening on the exhale. Letting go. Sinking deep. We have just over a minute remaining here. So perhaps that edge has changed. Maybe you've felt into more space open up. Or maybe exactly where you are is perfect. Only you can tell. Let's enjoy 5 last breaths. Last breath, deepest breath in, really filling up. Feel the expansion. Cleansing release, maybe sigh it out. Really slowly start to unwind. Take your time. Let the head stay heavy. Chin towards the chest, slowly lengthening up through the spine. You might feel a bit fragile coming out of the poses. This is normal. Just take a couple breaths at the top, lengthening up through the crown. Feeling those sensations starting to flush through. Let's just bend or lift that left knee up, come into a gentle twist. Our right elbow will take a hold or a little cuddle of that left knee. Left hand comes behind. Take a breath or two here, lengthening, opening the heart on the breath in, and twisting from the heart, from the core on the breath out. Slowly unraveling, coming back through center, moving any props to the side. Once again, let's come into a rebound on our back. So easing your way down. Of course, if you need movement before coming into your rebound, you can always take that, perhaps cuddling the knees in or even rocking the knees side to side. Otherwise, melting into stillness when you're ready. Feel free to take up some space, your feet as wide as you like, your arms as wide as you like, and we notice. What's moving beneath the skin? How does the right leg compare to the left leg? In these times of recalibration, we may experience feelings of blissfulness, as the poses themselves can invoke various feelings, perhaps some rage, some anger, sadness. Just know that it's all completely normal. And can the expression of the emotion just be enough for it to move through without the story? Just the sensation in the body. Let's take 5 more breaths here, just enjoying. Last breath. Little movement through the fingers and the toes, rocking of the head side to side. When you're ready, a little cuddle of the knees in. Any movements here. Slowly making your way up. We'll transition into the second side. So now let's have the left leg long. Bend through the right knee, foot to the inner thigh. Set up your seat, moving the flesh back or sitting on a prop. Lengthening up on the inhale. And melting down on the exhale. This side might be completely different. So we might need a different height of prop. Might need support underneath this knee. Just find the sweet spot for you. Take those little adjustments, settling in. Meet the breath. Encourage a heaviness through the body. With each breath out, can you let go? Let go of anything that you've been carrying. Anything that's been playing on your mind, letting go with each breath out. Really noticing once again the parts of your body that are calling your attention. Might be completely different to the first side, so being really curious. Lovingly inhaling into those parts, inhaling space. And exhale, we move into that space. Shoulders relaxed, jaw soft, relax into the pelvic floor. Direct indicator to the nervous system that we are safe when we relax the pelvic floor. Deep flowing breath. We've got about 2 minutes remaining here. Paying attention for any cues that some space has been created. That you are being invited deeper. Last minute. Letting go. Unburdening. 3 last breaths. Slowly unwind. Take your time. Noticing feelings of fragility, eventually lengthening up through the spine, through the crown. Feel the flush of sensations, fresh blood, fresh energy moving through the cells, healing occurring. Let's bend up through that right knee. Ground into the right foot. Now left elbow cuddles that right knee. Right hand comes behind. Inhale, we lengthen, opening the heart to the right. Maybe gazing back. Take a breath. And gently unraveling. Once again, let's ease down to our back. Just have your props close by. Take any movements your body's asking for. Melting straight into stillness, this moment to observe. And you imagine the sensations beneath the skin as golden stardust. Golden stardust moving through the cells, healing, renewing, refreshing as it moves throughout the entire body and field. Come back to the intention that you set. I am I feel. Take 5 last breaths here, just noticing, being the observer. Let's bring in some gentle movement, just letting the body know that we'll be moving. So we'll take our next 2 poses from our back. Any little movements here, and then reaching around for your props. Bring the feet to hip width. Start to press through the soles of the feet to lift through the hips. We're going to slide any props underneath the hips. Let your hips nestle back down. Take a moment to let them feel heavy, feel yourself supported. And slowly we're going to draw the right knee in towards us. So a few different options here. If it feels okay, taking a half happy baby with that right leg. So through on the inside of the knee, we'll take either inner foot, outer foot, ankle, big toe. If that's too intense, you can wrap your arm behind the thigh, or even just keep the knee cuddled in. If it feels okay, we can start to lengthen that left leg long. Meet the breath, take any movements with that right leg as we settle in. Encourage a heaviness through the hips. Softening through all the muscles of the face. Flowing breath. Breathing into those parts that are speaking to you. Exhale, moving into the space. Heaviness. Heaviness through the whole body. Letting go. Let's start to really lean into the breath out now. So notice the count of the breath in. Really lean into the breath out, slightly longer breath out. Two minutes remaining here. And we work with the inner line of the leg. In Chinese medicine, we have liver, kidney, spleen, meridians running through the inner line of the leg. Powerful organs, lots of emotions involved. Just notice what comes up for you in the pose. Stay with your breath. Soften, let go with each breath out. The last minute. Take 2 last breaths. Last one, deepest one, deep breath in. Cleansing release. Really mindfully releasing. So notice any urge to want to release out of the pose super quickly. Can we be mindful and slow? Notice the fragility. Gently allow that right foot to find the mat. Our rebound here, we can either have both legs long, both knees bent, whatever feels best for you. You notice lots of sensations through that right hand too. If it was gripping, especially all that fresh blood returning, the hands, an extension of the heart. Excuse me. Resolution coming out of that pose. Take 5 more breaths here. Just noticing. Coming back to that visual of that golden stardust. And coming straight into the second side now, so slowly start to bend up through that left knee or both if you prefer. Left knee can come in towards the chest. I'm not automatically matching the first side. Go with how it feels. How does it feel to have the knee cuddled in? How does it feel to grab the outer edge of the foot, the inside of the foot, or the big toe? Might be completely different. Move around as we land here. So also feeling that beautiful stretch through the front of the opposite hip, so into the psoas as well, directly linked to the nervous system. That muscle will tighten during times of that fight, flight, freeze response. So encouraging that lengthening, safety. Meet the breath. Is there any part of your body that you can relax? How does this side compare? Nothing is right or wrong, good or bad. Being curious of the subtle differences throughout the body. 2 minutes remaining. Starting once again to lean into the breath out. Last minute. Slow, deep breaths. Longer exhales. Five last breaths. Last two breaths. Last one. Deep release. And resisting that urge to want to spring out of the shape, being mindful, being gentle. Perhaps noticing fragility through that left hand if it was used. And this time now you might like to just slide any props that are beneath you down to rest underneath the knees. Set yourself up nice and comfy, feet as wide as you like, arms as wide as you like. Noticing all the sensations, everything that's moving through that left side. Perhaps the front of the right hip. Sweet release. Tummy rising on the breath in. Whole body softening with the breath out. Relax the pelvic floor, let the body go. Continue to observe the sensations. The body slowly recalibrate. Melting into our final relaxation, our Savasana from here. If you need to make yourself in any way more comfortable than doing so now, ensuring that you're warm enough, ensuring that you can completely relax. Your mind following your breath. Each breath out, relaxing a little further, sinking a little deeper. And feel into all the space that you created in your body. Those energetic lines, energetic pathways flowing with ease. Creating balance through the whole body. Feel all the muscles of the face relaxed. Shoulders soft. Relaxation flowing down the arms into the fingertips. Perhaps still feeling the flow of fresh blood and chi. Feeling the torso relax. Torso being moved by the breath. Your back body pressing into the earth on the inhale, your front body rising. And softening with the breath out as you let go that little bit further. Awareness to the hips, pelvis. You feel into space that you created through the inner lines of the legs. Freedom and ease, spaciousness, vibration of life within. And feel that relaxation flowing all the way down the legs, the tips of the toes. You feel your whole body from the crown of your head to your fingertips, to the tips of your toes, your whole body so relaxed. Flowing breath, relaxing a little further with each breath out. Come back to your intention for this practice, your I am, I feel statement. Say it internally 3 times with meaning, like it is the truest fact. Now letting go with complete trust, as life may have something more amazing than you can fathom in store for you. Landing back in your body, back in your space, feeling into the props, the mat, the earth beneath you, feeling yourself so held. Notice the temperature of the air greeting your skin, and all the different sounds making their way to your ears. Once again, what is the furthest sound that you can hear? And can you come to the soft sound of your breath? Deeper breath in, longer breath out. Gentle and mindful movement, slowly waking the body up. You might even like to stretch the arms up overhead, lengthen the legs, take a big stretch, fingers to toes. Give the knees a little cuddle in. Ease your way to one side and really slowly and gently make your way up to a seat. keeping the eyes closed if possible. And slowly bring the hands together at heart center. Feel your palms touching, shoulders relaxing down the back, the heart space open and bowing in towards your heart. Acknowledging yourself for taking this time to practice, to create space and peace within. Acknowledge all that you are, all that you do, and just whisper to yourself, thank you, your name, I love you. Thank you all for sharing. What a pleasure. Namaste.